The Spring into Spring event is coming up in Pokemon Go featuring brand new Pokemon, and in this video I will be going through everything the event has to offer and the best tips to help you make the most of it. So the event runs from April 9th at 10 AM until the 14th at 8 PM local time, but what exactly does it have to offer? Well, we do have Gossifleur making its Pokemon Go debut, and you can use 50 Gossifleur candy to evolve it into Eldegoss. And I will be going through how good these Pokemon will be in Pokemon Go later on, but first, how do you get an encounter with Gossifleur? Well, luckily it will be in the wild alongside Remoraid and Fletchling. These three will be spawning in the wild for the duration of the event, but there will also be different wild encounters spawning on different days of the event. On April 9th and 10th will be Marill, Lotad, Ducklett, Dupida, and rarely Lapras. On the 11th and 12th will be Vulpix, Ponyta, Numel, Litleo, and rarely Hisuian Growlithe. And on the 13th and 14th will be Oddish, Hoppip, Roselia, Cherubi, and Alolan Exeggutor. But this isn't the only way to get an encounter with Gossifleur. There is also event eggs that it will be in. In 2km eggs will be Magby, Budew, and Mantike, and in 5km eggs will be Remoraid, Fletchling, and Gossifleur. In 5-star rage during the event will be Blacephalon in the Western Hemisphere with its shiny release, and Stakataka in the Eastern Hemisphere with its shiny release. And they will both have raid hours in their own regions on the 9th and the 16th at 6 PM local time. In Mega Raids will be Mega Sceptile, and Shadow Registeel will be in 5-star Shadow Raids on Saturdays and Sundays only. And in Max Battles will be Max Caterpie, Machop, Drillbur, Wooloo, and Phalanx. For the bonuses, you will have 2 times Lucky Egg duration, 2 times Hatch Candy, half hatch distance when eggs are placed into incubators during the event, and you'll also have an increased chance to encounter Shiny Remoraid and Shiny Fletchling. There will also be event-themed field research rewarding Great Balls, Pinap Berries, Stardust, and event-themed encounters. Collection challenges will be available rewarding XP, Stardust, and event-themed encounters, and there'll be Pokestop showcases throughout the event. There is also the option of purchasing a $2 ticket, which will get you 5,000 XP, 1 Lucky Egg, 2 Super Incubators, and encounters with Remoraid, Fletchling, and Gossifleur. You can also get this ticket on the web store, and it comes with 3 rare candies for the same price of $2. With that said though, which Pokemon are most worth focusing on during this event? So Remoraid and its evolution Octillery don't have much meta relevance, but Remoraid does have boosted shiny rates for this event, so a good chance to get the shiny family. Fletchling also has a shiny boost, but this Pokemon's evolution Talonflame is also relevant in Go Battle League. It's ranked 89 in the Great League with 0, 13, 15 IVs, and it's ranked 42 in the Ultra League with 15, 15, 15 IVs. Marill's evolution Azumarill is a staple for the Great League where it's ranked 20 with 0, 15, 15 IVs. Ducklett will also be available, and it's actually a decent Pokemon to have for the Little Cup. Historically, it has also seen a lot of play in the Element Cup as well. We also have Dupida spawning, and its evolution Araquanid does see some play in the Great League where it is currently ranked 208. And one of the best encounters for the event, despite it being a rare spawn, is Lapras, and it currently is a very useful Pokemon. Firstly, it does have a G-Max form, which does see quite a lot of play, being the only G-Max Ice type, so getting candy for it to power up its max moves and its level will be really useful. Not only that, but Lapras is currently one of the best Pokemon in Go Battle League. It's ranked 3 in the Great League with 0, 10, 14 IVs, and it's ranked 3 in the Ultra League with 0, 15, 15 IVs. We also have Vulpix available in the wild, and Ninetales has relevance in the Ultra League with both the Cantonian and Alolan forms, and the perfect PvP IVs are 7, 15, 15. And in the Great League, the Cantonian Ninetales see some play, but it is in the Alolan form that it is better, and the IVs are 0, 14, 12. Ponyta will also be available, and it might be worth picking up for Rapidash in the Ultra League, where it is ranked 105 with 0, 15, 14 IVs. You can also get Numel during this event, and whilst it doesn't have much meta relevance, you might want to get a good IV one for Mega Camerupt when that releases in the future. Hoppip will be available, and Jumpluff is currently a pretty strong Pokemon in the Great League, where it's ranked 44 with 0, 14, 14 IVs. Roselia is also a good spawn because Roserade is the 21st best grass type attacker with Magical Leaf and Grass Knot, and it's the 5th best poison type with Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb. Worth noting though, you can get Budew from eggs during this event as well, so this will be a good opportunity to get higher IV Roserade because the IV floor from eggs is 10, 10, 10. And whilst Alolan Exeggutor doesn't have any meta relevance, it will count towards the Let's Go Meltan special research that requires you to catch 5 Execute, so worth picking up if you're stuck on that part. Mantike will also be in 2km eggs along with Budew, and its evolution Mantine sees some play in the Great League where it's currently ranked 184 with 0, 15, 14 IVs. And for the new Gossifleur, its evolution Eldegoss has a max CP of 2255, attack of 148, defense of 211, and HP of 155. Unfortunately, it won't be much of a raid attacker, and with its current moveset, it doesn't seem like it'll see much play in Go Battle League either. However, it does have the potential to get some move updates in the future, and moves like Weather Ball Fire, which it can learn in the main series games, could really help it out. So it could could be worth keeping some of these for potential Great League use in the future, but overall at the moment it is more of a Pokedex entry Pokemon. For the 5-star raids, Blacephalon and Stakataka will be worth raiding if you're shiny hunting, but if you are just raiding based on meta relevance, Stakataka doesn't really have any. However, Blacephalon is the 25th best fire type attacker with Incinerate and Mystical Fire, and is the 18th best ghost type with Astonish and Shadow Ball. Remember, you can remote raid the one that isn't in your region as well. We then have Mega Sceptile, which will be soloable, and it is the best grass type attacker in the game, so well worth raiding if you haven't Mega evolved a Sceptile before. For the max battle Pokemon, Caterpie could be worth picking up for the candy, because eventually we will get G-Max Butterfree in the game, and that will be the best bug type attacker for max battles. Max Machop is worth picking up because Max Machamp will be the best counter for G-Max Snorlax battles if you plan on doing them later on in the month. When investing in Max Machamp though, do remember that it does have a G-Max form coming in the future, most likely next month, which you will want to keep candy for. Max Drillbur is a great target because it is a really good tank with a very resistant typing. It has access to 0.5 animation fast attacks for filling the max meter quickly, which is great for tanking, and it has a high HP stat as well, so it's a strong max spirit user. It's also the best ground type for max battles at the moment, and also it doesn't have a G-Max form, so it's a pretty safe investment. But with that said, what are the best counters for the 5-star and Mega Raid Pokemon? So for Blacephalon, it does have a raid CP of 51,600, and the 100% IVs are 1884 and 2355 boosted in sunny and foggy weather. It is a fire and ghost type, therefore it is weak to ground, rock, ghost, water, and dark type attacks. The best counters are Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon, Mega Tyranitar, Mega Swampert, Shadow Tyranitar, Mega Garchomp, Shadow Kyogre, Mega Diancie, Shadow Rhyperior, and Mega Blastoise. And for budget counters, which are generally easier to obtain and to power up, I would recommend Tyranitar, Hydreigon, Greninja, Primarina, Kingler, and Hisuian Samurott. For this raid, I would recommend 2+ trainers, and along with Stakataka, it will be a possible Go Battle League win reward encounter in its region if you are ranked 20 or higher. And speaking of Stakataka, it does have a raid CP of 49,402, and 100% IVs are 1882 and 2353 boosted in partly cloudy and snowy weather. It's a rock and steel type, and therefore it is weak to water, and it has a double weakness to fighting and ground type attacks. The best counters are Mega Lucario, Primal Groudon, Shadow Groudon, Lucario, Mega Garchomp, Mega Heracross, Terrakion, Shadow Conkeldurr, Shadow Garchomp, and Shadow Excadrill. And for budget counters, I would recommend Lucario, Conkeldurr, Garchomp, Excadrill, Breloom, and Machamp. Again, I would recommend 2+ trainers for this raid. And for Mega Sceptile, it has a raid CP of 45,057, and the 100% IVs for Sceptile from these raids are 1575 and 1969 boosted in sunny weather. Mega Sceptile is a grass and dragon type, and therefore it is weak to flying, poison, bug, dragon, fairy, and has a double weakness to ice. The best counters are White Kyurem, Black Kyurem, Mega Rayquaza, Shadow Mamoswine, Mega Abomasnow, Shadow Weavile, Baxcalibur, Mega Gardevoir, Mega Glalie, and Galarian Darmanitan. And for budget counters, I would recommend Galarian Darmanitan, Mamoswine, Glaceon, Weavile, Satitan, and Salamence. This raid is a fairly easy solo with some of the best counters at higher levels. It does require 200 Mega Energy to Mega Evolve a Sceptile for the first time. Then you can walk any of your Trico, Grovyle, or Sceptile as your buddy to get more Mega Energy. Now when you decide on which Pokemon you want to focus on for this event, how can you maximize on candy for them? Well, if you want candy specifically for any of the egg Pokemon, there will be a 2x hatch candy bonus during this event and half hatch distance, so it might be worth hatching some of these eggs in the background to hopefully pick up some candy for the Pokemon you want. Generally, it is a good time to work on your Platinum Breeder medal. And remember, you can always use Pinap Berries to increase your candy gains when catching Pokemon, and you can Mega Evolve a Pokemon that shares a type with the Pokemon you are catching to increase the amount of candy, Candy XL, and XP you get per catch. So there are 3 main types spawning for this event: Grass, Fire, and Water, and luckily they are split into types spawning on different days. So on April 9th and 10th, I would recommend Mega Evolving a Water type such as Blastoise, Slowbro, Gyarados, Swampert, or Revert Kyogre. On April 11th and 12th will be the Fire spawn, so I recommend Mega Evolving Charizard, Houndoom, Blaziken, or Reverting Groudon. And for April 13th and 14th are Grass spawns, so I do recommend Mega Evolving Venusaur, Sceptile, which will be in Mega Rage during the event, Abomasnow, or Revert Groudon. And remember to Mega Evolve whichever Pokemon you have at the max Mega level to get more Candy, XP, and chance for Candy XL. With the Grass, Fire, and Water types spawning for the event, it's a good time to work on your Platinum Gardener, Kindler, and Swimmer medals. And trading can also get you extra extra candy depending on the distance between the two Pokemon traded. 10 kilometers or below will get you 1 candy and a 10% chance for Candy XL. Between 10 kilometers and 99.9 kilometers gets you 2 candy and a 25% chance for Candy XL. And if the distance exceeds 100 kilometers, you'll get 3 candy and a guaranteed Candy XL. And do remember that you will be getting a guaranteed Candy XL per trade this season because of the seasonal bonus, so it's a good time to be trading and working on your Platinum Gentleman and Pilot medals. Worth noting though, the guaranteed XL candy you get from the seasonal bonus does overwrite the one you get from regular trading, and if you are going to do any 5-star raids, I would recommend doing so during raid hour, because you will get a guaranteed rare Candy XL for each raid completed during raid hour. And if you didn't know, rare Candy XL can be turned into XL candy for any Pokemon of your choice, so it is a very important item to have. Doing these raids will also help you with your Rising Star and Battle Legend medals. You will also get more candy by increasing the amount of Pokemon you catch in a given time. So methods like quick catching, having catch assist from your buddy, and utilizing Origin Palkia's spatial rend adventure effect to increase the encounter radius can all help you get more catches. But not only candy, you can also get some pretty nice XP during this event, and that is mostly down to the 2x duration for lucky eggs. This means with 1 lucky egg you can get double XP for 60 minutes instead of 30 minutes, so the value of your lucky eggs are increased. However, whilst this is great if you have plenty of lucky eggs to use, if you don't have many and you are a free-to-play player, I would still save your lucky eggs for 3x catch XP community days, where you will be able to get over 6,000 XP per catch. But if you're looking to maximize XP for this event, then lucky eggs will be the way to go. And as always, you will get a bit of Stardust and XP just for taking part in Pokestop showcases, and if you win them, you can get premium items like star pieces and lucky eggs that you can then use to get more Stardust and XP. And if you do want to know what else is going on in April in Pokemon Go, then I recommend checking out this video on the screen now, and I'll catch you in the next one.